The main framework that we use at Psychospiritual Institute is psychosynthesis. Psychosynthesis is a field of human development and psychology that was developed over 100 years ago by Dr. Roberto Assagioli, an Italian psychiatrist. He worked with Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, and he really felt like psychology at that time was kind of stuck in the basement, just working with the trauma and the pain and the problems of our past. He recognized that we need depth psychology and height psychology. In other words, what is it to also lean into our human potential, the soul of us, what's emerging and calling us forward, what's pulling us into the soul of the world. Psychosynthesis works with both the psychology, creating psychological integration, and the soul, leading us towards spiritual maturity. The process of evolution is something that's always happening underneath the surface. There's always this movement, this pull toward evolution. We're not always conscious of it. So what is conscious evolution? First of all, when we become aware of the mechanics that's happening in our psyche and we begin to work with these parts of us, we become more conscious and aware, and we get to contribute to our own personal evolution and accelerate our own personal growth and spiritual maturity. Also, it's happening on a collective level. So as we become more aware of the mechanics of evolution happening in our world, we get to consciously contribute and accelerate our human evolution as souls on this planet toward a more compassionate and connected world. Psychosynthesis gives us tools to do exactly that, to help us become more conscious, more aware, and help contribute and accelerate our evolution in a powerful, positive way. Psychosynthesis kind of happens on two levels, even though it's really interconnected. On one level, we look at the personality, the inner psyche of the person, where we find these sub-personalities, these fragmented, wounded parts that we can sometimes become so identified with. The people pleaser, the perfectionist, the rebel, all these parts that really have a deeper need and have this survival strategy that ends up becoming these patterns of sabotaging thoughts and behaviors oftentimes. So when I can identify and recognize a wounded part, and then disidentify, come back to my inner witness, myself. And from that space, I develop an intimate relationship with these parts so I can understand the pain, the need, the survival strategy, what these parts actually feel and think, so that I can connect with my truth, begin to integrate these parts and feel more whole. That's one level of psychosynthesis on the personality level. Once I work with the personality level obstacles that have come up, and I'm able to really create synthesis and integration on that level, I begin to loosen up those identities. When I can do that and reconnect and reclaim myself, now I can tune in and listen to and receive the deeper truth of who I am, the truth of my being. I know that it's okay to take a break. I know that I'm worthy of love. I know that I can say no sometimes to honor my boundaries. This I know, but when I'm identified with these wounded parts, I don't have access to that truth. So working with the obstacles on the personality level then allows me to access the deeper soul, the deeper truth of who I am. Now I have psychosynthesis on the deeper spiritual level, fully becoming an integrated soul, which means I'm becoming more self-realized, and through that realization, becoming fully self-actualized in the world, living authentically, living empowered, living fully me. That is psychosynthesis. And if this is exciting and you want to learn more, come to our website at psychospiritualinstitute.com.